Welcome back into the Delmarva Sports Insider. Now, we all know about how tough the job of a pro baseball player is, especially in the minor leagues, but it's not common to move your entire livelihood in less than 1 week. But for one of the top infielders in the nation, it's just part of that next step. You can meet the newest Shorebird in the latest episode of On Deck. There's a few goals that every baseball player has. Win a championship, get drafted, and make some money. For 2018 Orioles first-round pick Caden Grenier, he's checked them all.
There's not a better feeling in the world for a baseball player, especially collegiate baseball players, when you get a big trophy like that and you've accomplished something incredible like winning a national championship is.
In a 2-week span, the 21-year-old won a national championship with Oregon State, got drafted 37th overall by Baltimore, and then found himself a member of the Shorebirds.
You know, within 36 hours, I had to be in 3 different places, repack, pack again, and then once I got to Baltimore, I was there for a couple days and got to settle down a little bit, catch an Orioles game, sign, and then was right out here in Delmarva.
The Henderson, Nevada native is one of the many success stories. Drafted straight out of high school, Grenier decided to attend OSU instead, and it paid off, but not just financially.
I also got 3 years of a college education. I got to grow up in college, mature a lot more. So now the pro ball lifestyle, I guarantee you now, will be a lot easier than it would have been when I was 18 for me.
College baseball's Defensive Player of the Year will have a lot to get used to in a short amount of time, but he's up for the task.
It's still the same game. You know, I'm still playing baseball, so that's consistent with what happened in college. You know, obviously things have changed, routines are different, you know, different style of baseball, all that.
And when this baseball thing all but wraps up,
I want to be a chef when I'm done, whether that's I want to own my own restaurant, but whether that be like a personal chef for somebody or just do it for fun or whatever. But I would say that's probably the biggest thing that people are like, dude, really?
Jonah Restuccio, 47 ABC. And Caden tells 47 ABC that when he goes out and cooks, his specialty is smoked ribs, guys. So far this year in 8 games, he's hitting .233 with 4 doubles and a triple plus 3 RBIs. And his defensive presence is even greater, turning 6 double plays, almost 1 per game. Guys, back to you.
Smoked ribs, man.
I love it.
What do you think, man? We're going to have to get Caden to cook us something up. We're going to have to see what he's about.
Well, I
man.
can't cook, so, I mean, you know, it's an open invitation, at least for me. Absolutely.
I'm with you, brother. All right, thanks, Jonah. It's amazing to see Caden's story and journey. Another #1 pick, finding his groove in the Shorebird season is starter DL Hall. DL was named South Atlantic League Pitcher of the Week for last week. The 19-year-old from Warner Robins, Georgia, started the Shorebirds' July 5th home game against Hagerstown. In that game, he went 5 2/3, allowed no hits, and struck out a then career-high 7. I say then because he followed that performance up with an also impressive one in his next start, a career-high 6 innings, just 2 hits, and a new career-high 8 strikeouts. So he's really turning it on. Through 15 appearances, DL has a 2.54 ERA. Now, the Orioles drafted him 21st overall out of Valdosta High School in Georgia last year's draft. He's currently the 4th ranked prospect in the Orioles organization.
And, of course, keeping things all Shorebirds, Delmarva and their parent club, the Orioles, agreed earlier this week to keep the Class A affiliate in Salisbury through the year 2020.
Yeah, no kidding.
The Orioles Class A affiliate's home has been here on the Eastern Shore since 1997, which was the 2nd year of their existence. That 1 year prior was the Montreal Expos, but I think Baltimore made a lot more sense for, you know, geographical reasons, of course. In their 22 years of partnerships, the Birds have captured 2 South Atlantic League titles and hosted 2 All-Star games. Now, in addition, they've sent over 70 former players up to Camden Yards, including Manny Machado. We may see him get traded. Zach Britton traded as well, maybe, and Dylan Bundy. And that number will only continue to grow. Delmarva isn't alone in re-upping their contracts, though. All of the Orioles minor league teams extended agreements in Norfolk, Bowie, Frederick, and Aberdeen.
You know, it's really funny. I remember that year when the Shorebirds were affiliates for the Montreal Expos. That was their first year ever originated, and it was really weird to see a team all the way here affiliated with the team in Canada. I just thought that was very strange. So I'm glad Baltimore kind of got on board one more time, and it kind of makes more sense, as you said, geographically.
Absolutely. We were just talking about it. We could see, you know, the first-round pick for the Orioles this year, and, of course, DL Hall up at Camden Yards. So they're going to join that 70 former players, hopefully one day. They could be playing with each other.
Exactly.
So, we could see, maybe some strikeouts, double plays happening in Camden Yards.
I'm sure we will. All right, it's time for our final commercial break. When we come back, we're previewing next week, which is jam-packed,
To say
even
the
more
least, yeah.
than what this week is. We'll talk about it when we return.
Hi, I'm Dsi D Block from Parkside High School, and you're watching Del Mar Sports Insider.